Hi, my name is Cherie from the HealthyDietParadise.com, and I would like to welcome you to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to discuss all of my favorite products. So get ready because we're going to have some fun. The first thing I'd like to discuss is that we use single ingredients. It's very important to me because Mother Nature knows what she's doing, and the way it comes out of the ground and the way that it's put into the bottle, that's what I use. The castor oil here, I've got 100% glycerin. You can't really see it, but it's olive oil. Right here, there is tea tree oil, more olive oil, glycerin, 100% pure vegetable glycerin, and East African shea butter. And you know what I found? I really love Swanson's brand, and I've tried other brands of shea butter, and I always go back to Swanson's. It's just the texture, the creaminess of it. It works for my skin and hair, and I really, really do love it. For shampoo, the most important thing to remember is to use what I think, you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to, but what I think is like a conditioning wash. Like, for example, in the Black community, we call it co-washing. And it's kind of catching on in the rest of the community because our hair is very dry. And when you strip it with sulfates, it can kind of ruin the texture and it can ruin a twist out. So you want to use a co-wash as like a creamy shampoo to get all the dirt out and all the oil out. And it really, really works. I mean, especially this As I Am is incredible. Get this, you can also use pure lemon juice, but we'll get to that later. Cantu Shea Butter does make a co-wash, but this one in particular is a sulfate-free cleansing, and it does lather. So it smells amazing. I just love Cantu Shea, and it's extremely reasonable price-wise, and it's absolutely something I always have in my house. It's moisturizing, it's nourishing, it's absolutely delicious. Okay, now this is L'Oreal, and for whatever reason I keep going back to it. It just smells absolutely wonderful. It's creamy, it's rich, it's sulfate free, and it's expensive, and it's worth every cent. I love this stuff, and I use the shampoo and conditioner. The only thing that bugs me is like when you're squeezing it out, the container kind of squishes on itself and it doesn't bend right back into shape. Other than that, I think it's one of the best products on the market. And you guys, if I'm not mistaken, Lancome makes L'Oreal products. You can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but they're just outstanding, and I think that they're top of the line, top grade. So this is another thing I keep in my house all the time. Okay, now here for a twist out that looks like this, basically that's a twist out. Okay, that's the back of my head. And for basically a twist out, all I really do is use As I Am, co-wash first. Then I'll lather my hair with leave-in conditioner and twisting cream. And I'll twist it with a gel. It's not really a gel, it's like more like a cream. And I'll twist it, and that's what the twist out looks like when I'm done. I just fluff it out and you're done. But sometimes the curls don't stay, so you have to kind of water it. And girls, don't be afraid of your water. Especially with people with hair textures like mine, more kinky, curly hair texture. Don't be afraid of water. That's your best friend. Spray it with water every single day, even twice a day. It'll make your twist outs stand out, and they'll last longer, and you'll be in heaven. Water's your best friend. And get this, your hair will grow longer, so that's a good idea. This is the #1 question I get asked about in coaching. What kind of color do I put on my hair? See, the thing is, our hair loss diet does retard aging, and it does retard graying, but it's not 100%. I'm under a lot of stress. I know a lot of you guys are, and it does cause that gray hairs to pop up more than they would or more than they should. So for whatever the Foti does not cover, which Foti is a gray retardant. Okay, so if you're using Foti and chlorophyll and you're still noticing the gray hair, go ahead and get you some beautiful henna and indigo to darken your hair. I do not know how to use plant extracts to lighten hair. You guys have to do research on that. All I know how to do is darken it. So you mix half henna, you take the henna by itself, you mix it with water. Everyone in the world is going to tell you to use lemon juice, use tea. You don't have to do any of that. Warm water, mix it up into a paste and put it on your hair. Leave it for 3 or 4 hours. And let me tell you something, I've done it without gloves and the texture is extraordinary. It is the most beautiful texture. And then you rinse the henna out. When you're done, you do the same thing with the indigo. You Take water, mix it into a paste, and leave it on your hair. I leave the indigo longer. I leave the indigo on for like 4 or 5 hours. Rinse it out, and no one can tell you had your hair done. It doesn't look like a block of color the way box color does, and I really just love henna and indigo. So it's really, really easy once you get the hang of it. And if you use Silk and Stone, from my experience, what I've done is just plain old warm water. And if you do anything else, you're just adding to the burden, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to do the mixing anyway. So make it easy on yourself. For people with burning, itching, irritated scalp, there's nothing on this earth that I love more than pure, unadulterated lemon juice. Okay, and I'm not talking about the kind you buy in a bottle in the store, because that's not lemon juice. It smells, that stuff smells funny. I only use that in an absolute emergency if I literally don't have anything else, and I have like a recipe or something. For your scalp, the only thing that will work that I've seen that's 100% natural is 100% pure lemon juice taken straight from the lemon. You take the lemon, you cut it up, and you have to strain the lemon, extract the juice, take it and put it in a little spray bottle like this one and spray it on your scalp. Get a plastic cap and leave it on there for about, I'd say, an hour. And you'll never use anti-dandruff shampoo again. I'm not even sure if it might work for dermatitis too. This stuff is amazing. When I discovered this, I was so mad I never used the dandruff shampoo I had in the house again, because this stuff is a miracle as far as I'm concerned. I love it. So as of about 1.5 years or 2 years ago, I started using banding, and I noticed my hair got longer. So in my opinion, heat is fine as long as you're not using a comb attachment. But if you're using heat, try to keep the blow dryer on a medium to low setting, and absolutely do not use that thin comb, because that comb does not work for our hair type, and it will burn your hair. Dr. Oz says that any heat will burn your hair, and I believe that. I really do, especially since I found this out. So I kind of feel like a dummy for doing that, but you know, you live and learn. So, you know, learn from me. Don't make that mistake that I made. Here's one of the greatest discoveries I've made in quite a while. This has nothing to do with hair, but I had to give it to you guys. I love it. It's called N-Vitamin All Natural Tooth and Gum Powder Activated Charcoal. Even my kid can use this. My 11-year-old daughter can use this on her teeth. And I'm not kidding, with the first brush, you will notice maybe 1 to 2 shades brighter. And with each successive use, after 5 uses, your teeth will be brilliant. It does not get the teeth as white as Crest White Strips, but you're not worried about damage either. You're not going to have any of the damage, and your teeth are really, really way whiter. And if you get a pick and can pick in between your teeth, you can really get a lot of the old stuff that's probably in your teeth between dentist visits. But I adore this stuff. It's like, where have you been all my life? I can't believe I hadn't learned about this. I've only been using this for around 6 months. And I won't do without it. I'm going to order it again, and I'm in love with it. Scientists want to make it so difficult to reverse hair loss, and we make it so easy. It's very simple. Take it from Mother Earth. You can reverse your hair loss on your own. Be very gentle with your hair and compassionate to your hair. Be compassionate to yourself. You can do it. Make sure to visit our Hair Loss Diet Academy, and we'll see you at thehealthydietparadise.com, and have a wonderful day.